Hello, people. So, another weird night. Working overnights really messes up a filming schedule, but what are you gonna do? Alright, so today we're going to show you the Halloween themed or scary or whatever movie collection that we have. Yep. So, if you ever want to watch fun movies, you can always come hang out with us. Let's get started. Okay, so since we have like a ton, we can't really run through the quick synopsis of each movie because that would be a long video. But if you're interested in learning more about any of these, or if we want to just kind of like talk about the ones we haven't seen, we can do that. So yeah, here goes nothing. Okay, so up first, what do we got?
Ooh. American Psycho.
It's a pretty good movie.
It's a good movie.
I've only seen it once, but...
Some good memes from this movie, especially the Pokemon card meme. If you haven't seen it, it's hilarious.
I haven't seen it.
Next up. Amityville Horror with my boy, Ryan Reynolds in it.
Also pretty good.
I
was terrified the first time I saw it on TV. I had to shut it off. And so we saw it come on. We saw it at the store and we're like, oh, let's get it. You know, if it's that scary. It's not really that scary. It's pretty good. Alright, so what do we got next?
Next up, this is probably one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
I've never seen it.
Oh my goodness.
The Exorcist scares me, so I'm like, I don't want to see that. But now we got Jennifer's Body.
And this is one of those cool, like, alternate covers that we got at Walmart.
Yeah, I've always thought it was a really fun movie. Not real scary, but just like different.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised at how many scary movies we had because it's not really our favorite genre or anything.
Well, you just happened to buy a lot this year. Like I've gotten into them lately.
All right.
Next up, we have musical Repo, the Genetic Opera. If you've never seen it, you must. It's about the future where organ failure is a major problem and people are getting surgeries to stay alive. But if they can't pay for their organs, they get them repossessed.
Dun, dun, dun. Alright, next up we have my favorite musical of all time.
Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street. So good.
Also makes a guest appearance in The Office. So if you are a fan of The Office, Andy does a production of Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd's great. So after that we got Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Cult classic.
Tim Curry is the best.
I don't know if this is... I mean, it's Halloween themed, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's got, like, basically Frankenstein and his monster. So, that means we forgot one. But we'll get to that. Next up, The Ring. Anyone who watched this movie back in the day when it was new knows that as soon as you got done watching it, your landline phone would instantly ring and scare the crap out of you.
Not really an issue anymore.
No, because cell phones aren't creepy. like landline.
Yeah, like you get over and then like My Humps start playing because that's your ringtone. Yeah. You'd have the same ominous.
You're gonna die in 7 days. Fergie, is that you?
Next up, Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, so not super like scary, but it's got
a phantom in it.
A little haunting,
yeah,
you know.
It's got a phantom. Next up is Frailty.
Frailty is really good. About the God's Hands Killer.
Yes, it is.
Must see.
Yeah, it was like whoa. Plus, it's got your boy Matthew McConaughey in it. All right. Next up, Twistville, The Village. I've seen part of this movie. Gracie, I don't think you've seen it at all, right?
I have not.
So I've heard some good things about it. We actually got this for like, what, a quarter, I think?
Something.
At McKay's. So this is on our list of stuff to watch this month. We've kind of fallen down on our scary movie a day because it's just been so hectic, but we definitely need to see The Village.
Yeah. Alright, so next we have
Wolf Creek.
I've never seen this one either.
I haven't either, and it was another quarter pickup that we got. But I've heard it's really good, and it's based on true events, which, you know, sometimes those make the scariest movies.
Yeah. Never know.
Next up, The Apparition.
We only bought this one because it didn't have very good ratings online. We bought this one for Sebastian Stan, who we all know is the Winter Soldier.
Which is my boy.
And so we're like, hey, go check that out.
Yeah. Alright, we have...
The one we already showed you in a Goodwill haul, Logan's favorite, Sandra Bullock. So I'm guessing the Net and the Premonition movie are the scary ones. I don't know about 28 Days. It doesn't look scary. She's smiling.
Yeah. For me, it's horror because...
We've not seen any of those either.
Because it's Sandra Bullock, so it's scary. Next up.
Urban Legend.
Urban Legend. This is a really good movie.
Yeah, it is also twisty, and it is so good, and some of them used to terrify me. Actually, they still terrify me to this day. It's not, like, ultra scary, but it's ultra good.
Yeah, sometimes I still, like, check the back seat and check under the car. Like, that's my big one. It's like somebody cutting
your ankles. No thanks. That's terrifying.
It is creepy. Mirrors. Ooh, that's really cool.
Ooh. Yeah, that movie... I've only seen once, and it was so terrifying. I had trouble being around mirrors for a long time. It's that scene with the jaw, like, ugh, no, can't do it.
Next up.
Monster House.
Monster House.
I love Monster House. It's a very cute cartoon, and they play it like a billion times on Freeform. They have this year, and they're still going to the next couple of days, so check it out. It's good.
Alright, next we have Taking Lives.
We've not seen this, but it said it was a suspenseful thriller, so, you know, I love thrillers. Why not? Angelina Jolie, she's pretty good. Alright, next, we have a twofer, My Bloody Valentine and April Fool's Day. I've not seen either one of these either, but I always wanted to see My Bloody Valentine. When it came out in theaters, it was in 3D, so you got to wear 3D glasses and see blood splatter everywhere, but we never got to go see it. And I remember when it came out, it came with 3D glasses. I don't know how that works on regular TVs. I'm assuming it didn't.
Yeah, because they didn't do that very often. So. And
remember they came out with the 3D TVs, and now you don't make those anymore.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that was a scam.
I don't know.
Like I don't know. Did anyone have a 3D TV? Let us know
in the comments. All right. Alfred Hitchcock Collection. So these are like classic. So back before we had cable, this is like the
one
stuff
of the first
that we would get. Yeah.
Well, no, we got this in Dirty Santa or something.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
It was just one of the very few movies we had. We had like maybe 10 movies, so we've got more than 10 in just this horror movie collection. So that should let you know how far our movie collection has come. This has brilliant things like. The Ring, Sabotage, Number 17, The Man Who Knew Too Much. I have not really watched any of these. It was one of the first ones, but I never did watch it.
Yeah.
This would be a good time. This would be a good time to watch them, though.
One of my favorite movies because it's also got my favorite actress in it.
And he hadn't seen it until this year because I was like, Logan, you have to see this movie. It's so good.
I don't know what my problem was, but Misery with my girl Kathy Bates.
It is so good. Like, intense. One of the best creepy movies I've ever seen.
It's incredible.
She's intimidating in everything she does. So,
Kathy Bates is the best.
Applause.
Yes.
And one of my favorites next is Secret Window, Johnny Depp. This movie has a twist ending as well. And, oh my gosh, it is so good.
I don't understand, like, doesn't this have, like, bad ratings or something?
Yeah, there's several people who just, like, don't like it, but...
I've always enjoyed that movie.
Like, it's one of those that I've got to watch every year because it's really good.
Alright, we have
a 5-movie collection of Final Destination. I always wanted to see Final Destination, but I don't know why because I'm terrified of stuff like that. Like I really didn't want to get on a plane after watching that. And we had a plane ride coming up soon.
We watched all 5 of these.
I watched all 5. You did not. I think you watched through the 3rd, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
But really and truly, the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th are the best ones. 2nd and the 4th is no big deal. The 5th one's only good because of how it ties in. But pretty good. Next up, we have Coraline. This one is creepy. It's a pretty creepy cartoon, but I enjoy watching it. I watched it recently without Logan.
Yeah, she betrays me a lot.
But it's so good.
Next up, one of Gracie's favorites.
Clearly, Nightmare Before Christmas. Is it a Halloween movie? Is it a Christmas movie? I think they classified it as Halloween, but it's both. It's whatever you want it to be because it's that good.
I think we watch it for Halloween and Christmas
I think
usually,
we
right?
watch it whenever we want because it's just such a good movie.
movie.
Logan was not allowed to watch it as a kid, but he can now. He's an adult.
Yes, take that, KDF.
Alright, next up is Stay Alive. This is one that we had to get when we went to the store because we saw it on TV one time in college. We were doing laundry, and it was on TV, and it was so good. It's like if you die in a video game, you die in real life. Very good. Highly recommend.
Alright, next up.
Paranorman. This one was also good and kind of had like a few twists and turns in it. They've played this a lot on Freeform this year too, so if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Sounds like a Freeform ad.
I know it. Alright, next up we have...
3-movie collection, triple feature. Nosferatu, The Phantom of the Opera, and Metropolis. So, a bunch of old scary movies. Haven't watched any of those either, but I've heard Nosferatu is like terrifying. Yeah. Like legitimately just scary.
I think, those old classic horror movies are just so good, like Creature of the Black Lagoon and Dracula and the Mummy and all that stuff is really good. So. Next up, one of Gracie's favorites. Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow is very good.
It is good. This movie
but
terrified
I've only
me.
seen it once, so I don't know why you say favorite.
Well, because it's got your boy in it, right?
Johnny Depp's pretty good.
Yeah, so, but this movie terrified me as a kid. Like that opening scene.
It's actually pretty creepy.
It seems like we went and watched it in theaters, and for some reason, and I got through that opening scene, and I was like, nope, not doing it, so we went and watched something else, I think. Yeah, it was kind of fun. But now I really enjoy it. Plus, The Headless Horseman is so, like, one of my favorite horror stories. I love The Headless Horseman. Alright, next up, this movie, which is a lot of people's...
I have not ever made it through the whole thing because it is so long and quiet. But just like a lot of Stephen King movies, but we have it, and we are going to make our way through this, right?
I mean, it's a classic, but it's kind of a...
This one isn't even like the common one. Like with Jack Nicholson.
Mm-hmm.
This is a different one. So, maybe we can try this one. This one came out, we see a year on it.
It's 273 minutes, which is like 5 hours.
97, so this is, I don't know. I'll have to check it out. I need to see the Jack Nicholson version because that's the one that everyone...
Yeah, I'm not spending 230 minutes on something that's not the Jack Nicholson version.
Well, we didn't buy it, so... Next up is another that I have not seen, Shutter Island. I really want to see it, that's why we got it. And we just still haven't made our way to it. That looks like Taylor Swift on the back.
That's my girl.
Yeah, looks really good. Got your boy Leo.
Got my boy Leo. Alright, this one we just recently got.
Donnie Darko collection. I have wanted to watch Donnie Darko for years because I love thrillers. It's always on like the top 10 list of best thrillers of all time. Got it and still haven't watched it. I'm hoping soon because it sounds so good. Next, Dark Shadows.
Or Johnny Depp. Dark Shadows. This is based off the TV show. I actually watched this and it's pretty good. I think it got some really bad reviews, but
I loved it.
I enjoyed it actually quite a bit.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Alright, so next we have Young Frankenstein.
Mel Brooks is hilarious.
Yes.
And it's also got probably me and Gracie, one of our favorite combined actors, Gene Wilder. He's just so good. But I've loved this movie for a long time. My grandparents...
I had only seen it this year, but it's really good. Right up after that, we got Goosebumps. This was a pretty cute movie.
Yes.
It ties in like all the little books and everything.
It's great.
Jack Black, he's hilarious. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
so.
And I really like Goosebumps. And we gotta go see the second one because it's out right now in theaters.
Yes. So. Lots of things to see.
I know, like Venom and the new Goosebumps.
Too much.
But yeah, so I think we talked about Goosebumps in an earlier episode, but I just want to reiterate that I love Goosebumps, so I had to have this movie when it came out.
Absolutely.
Alright.
So after that, we have one of Logan's all-time faves.
Yep.
It's really good. A Quiet Place just came out this year.
Love this movie.
It is so incredibly good. Like, I was expecting not to enjoy it so much because, one, I was like, I convinced myself I just don't like scary movies. But this one's not like ultra scary. It's more like
Tense.
because you get so like zoned in because it's so quiet, and then it's boom. It goes. It's great.
Yeah, that is my pick still for movie of the year. It is so good.
I still think it's hilarious. We went and saw it in theaters, and like if you got snacks, like you couldn't move your straw or anything because you would be disturbing the whole movie. Like it was just that loud because the movie was so quiet. Someone in the theater farted while we were watching the movie.
It was so funny.
They were at the very back, and we were at the front, and we heard them. That's how quiet that movie was. So a little embarrassing. They should have waited for a loud moment. There weren't many.
No.
Should have waited.
Should wait for the waterfall scene.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a big collection, so we probably have glanced over a few we didn't grab. Just to name a few. Clue. I don't guess it's super scary, but it's murder themed, you know.
Plus the game.
Tim Curry.
I love Clue.
We didn't get our scary movies either.
Yeah, scary. We have scary movies 1 through 5.
Those are hilarious. They're not scary, but they're based on scary movies, so they're perfect for this time of year.
Yeah.
Our favorite, probably our most favorite is number 2.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I really like number 3. The first one's really good too.
Yeah.
I want you to do your best Shorty laugh. Don't.
So I can't do it. I love his laugh though. He is my favorite character on all of them. So I really like him. Shorty is my favorite. The Wayans brothers are so funny.
The Wayans brothers are great. Clearly.
We've also got a couple scary movies that we've loaned out, like the original It. We've got The Woman in Black with Harry Potter in it.
We haven't loaned this one out, but we have Van Helsing. We did watch that one, and Logan was like recommending it for years. Like, oh my gosh, this movie's so good, it's so good. And I'm like, well, you know, I love Hugh Jackman. Let's give it a go. And it's not bad, but it didn't age very well, and it is 5,000 years long. I'm like, get to the point.
We were just talking about, like, when I was a kid, that was like one of my favorite movies to watch.
And I can imagine
Van Helsing.
how cool it was back then.
I watched it the other day, and it was kind of tough to get through. I was like, man, I guess my taste has changed.
We're going to finish up with our American Horror Story TV show collection. I guess it's really movies.
So we have 1 through 6.
You can give them the love they deserve.
Oh, okay.
First up, Murder House.
Murder House.
My most favorite, but though I don't know, Apocalypse is giving it a run for its money because my gosh, it has been a good season so far. I love Michael Langdon because Tate Langdon is like my most favorite. I don't know if you can see him in there, but he's great. So very good.
Asylum.
Very creepy cover.
Yes.
But not my favorite season. Zachary Quinto is amazing in it. But overall, it kind of drags a little bit, and that's my main complaint. But it's good.
I do think this one had like the best concept.
I think this one was probably one of the darker ones, like if you're looking to be like kind of terrified, but could have been better.
This one's probably my favorite season. Coven's
really good, not scary, but very fun.
Yes.
Kathy Bates is in that season, and she's very intimidating.
So it's got one of my favorite actors, Kathy Bates, and it's got one of my favorite bands, Fleetwood Mac, in it. So how can you go wrong with that?
Yeah, pretty good. Up next, we have Freak Show. Okay, so I watched this the first time, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I like this one, but I watched it again because Logan hadn't seen it. I watched it without him, and it is like one of my favorites, actually. The more you watch it, the better it gets. Dandy Mott is the creepiest person ever. Like, it is so good. You must check this out. Just check out the whole series.
Alright. Next, the much maligned Hotel.
Nobody liked Hotel, but Lady Gaga was really good. And nobody talks about how great the detective is. He gets creepier as the season goes on.
My favorite character is in Hotel. James Patrick March.
James Patrick March is so great. we got the pop figure we showed you. It is so good. The best scene is, what's the guy's name?
I can't even remember the model. Yeah.
He's like, I Googled you, James Patrick Mark. That sounds obscene.
His accent is the best.
He's got a Brahmin accent that he, in the show, says that he just liked, so he developed.
Yeah.
It's not his real accent.
And this is actually, it's not the first season that we watched, because I watched parts of Murder House when it was on TV, and then
you watched parts of Coven.
I watched parts of Coven, too, when it was on TV.
So you watched the Murder House on TV, too?
And, but this is, like, the first one that we binge watched together. Yeah, so...
so if it was truly bad, I wouldn't have watched it.
Yeah, so Hotel, it kind of has a special place in our heart just because that. And when I was watching, I'm like, man, this seems like H.H. Holmes. Like, he's based off H.H. Holmes, and it's pretty cool that he was. So I kind of really like serial killers. So
they're interesting, fascinating creatures. So last but not least, we have Roanoke. So a lot of people, according to Facebook comments, hated Roanoke. To me, it's one of the creepiest seasons. It is so good. Like, I was drawn in. I loved the concept of the reality show, and the actors were just portraying what happened, but then it happens to them, too. It is... Oh, and Edward Philippe Mott, which is Dandy Mott's, like, your great-grandpa or something. Also creepy as well. It's so good. All the seasons tie in at some point. That's how Apocalypse is kind of, it's tied in Hotel, Coven, and Murder House, at least. We don't have Cult yet. We're going to get that to add to our collection. It tied in Freak Show. But
Cult was great. I really enjoyed Cult.
The only thing I didn't like about Cult was how easily the cult leader was taken down, Kai Anderson. Because it didn't seem believable, but it was very good otherwise. A lot of people won't watch it because they think it's too political, but those are the people who don't get past that first episode. Because it is political, but it strays, and it's not so set on just one thing.
I don't think it necessarily like bashed one side or the other either.
It kind of bashed both sides, honestly, because it's like, yeah, maybe the Trump supporter is a crazy cult leader, but Hillary supporters are crazy crybabies too. So, it's not favoring one way or the other. It's really just showing what can happen when you get extreme people too involved in the politics.
It's interesting.
The wrong people can do bad things. We're not going to get political other than that. But yeah, it was a very good season. It had one of the creepiest moments ever. It was like halfway through the season, or maybe more than halfway. Very, very terrifying, and just because it could happen and has happened, and it's so real. Definitely check it out. It's very good. Alright, so there was our short little review. Kind of reviewed American Horror Story more than I was planning on, but it's just so good.
It's like one of our favorites. So.
It's one of the best things you can watch. We also have other things, like we didn't pull out our Sabrina the Teenage Witches, though, because we got like the cartoon and the complete series of the show. That would have been another good one. We have Twilight, but yeah, not a big deal. And then some that we do want. We want Riverdale. We don't have it. We also want to start watching The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, or Chilling Tales, whatever it's called.
There's a new Netflix series.
Yeah, it's not out yet, and we don't have Netflix, but we're going to find out how to watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hope you enjoyed our review. If you want a full rundown of our huge movie collection, maybe in the future we can do a huge video.
Yeah, because this is like 1.5 bin basically. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 more bins over there full of movies. So
yeah, we've got tons of movies. So yeah, I think we will film that. And at some point, it's a big project, but if you're ever interested,
let us know.
We will do that. So for now, I guess I'm going to go get ready for work. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Get ready for the gym. So
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.